was like Donkey from Shrek going, wow. They didn't tell us. Like when on the first day, we kept asking what we were gonna do the next day and the next day and the next day, but they said, "Oh, you're just gonna have to find out on the day," because they didn't tell us. Like you would always say, you'd always get put into your group, and then you'd go off to do an activity, and you wouldn't know what it was. My favourite activity was there was this like massive obstacle. Like inflatable obstacle, which had like 4 different sections. The first one had like these like loads of strings that you had to get in. On the day when we did it, you had to do it. It was like a race, so 2 people went on at the same time, and it was first to the end. So it was like the first one had all these strings that you had to like get through. The second one was like these things that went up and down, and you had to get across it. And then the third one was like punching bags in the way and everything. And then the fourth one was the biggest one, and it had like a rope in it with a ball pit on the bottom. Then it had like these ladders going up, and then you had to slide down to the end, and I won. Because it was dry on the slide, so I jumped up, and instead of sliding down, I bounced off it and landed on the mat, which hurt. And this is like high, and because I came out and I was so enthusiastic that I jumped, and I should have just stopped and I slid down, but no, I jumped and I went like that, and I landed like that. I had neck ache for the rest of the day. I was like Donkey from Shrek going, wow. It's not even funny, that actually hurt, and they got that on camera as well. We did do a little bit of dancing. It was like a competition, because I didn't know him at first, but somebody from Strictly, who's supposedly really famous, who's like really good at dancing, showed us how to do this dance routine. And yeah, he showed us like 4 or 3 sets of moves, and then we got like a practice run, and then we got to perform it in front of all of the people that did it. I was with Delight, who does dance somewhere, so she was already kind of skilled. We did it, and then we got all our scores, and then I think me and Delight got a perfect 10 and 10, which was the ultimate result, which was, you know. So we won in the end by 1 point, because the group that was before us got a 10 and a 9, so we had to get it perfect. Even if we got a 10 and a 9, we still wouldn't have won. We would have drawn, but we got a perfect 10, and so yeah, that turned out as best as possible. It was actually quite fun. I mean, I don't dance, but I just did it anyway, because I thought it might be a little bit fun, so I just did it and seen how Harley done it, and it was quite funny as well. The professional dancer that came from Strictly, his name's AJ, and I didn't know him at first, so when he walked in I was a little bit like in between, because I don't dance, and then he made it look really easy what he was trying to teach us, and he was like really helpful, because most people couldn't really understand it, and some of the moves just weren't sinking in, and he just kept on like saying, oh, just do it again, do it again, do it again, and then people started to understand it and got better at it. so I found that really helpful. When it was all done and we came home, I taught my little sister how to do it, and I think now she's like proper really good at it, and she's only like 5 years old. Sophia enjoys it every time she does it, so. We just ran through it, and then we came back with like plates and just shared out. It was like a family feast or something.